How's it going, people? It is Liam Caddison here, and we are reacting to The Good Place with the penultimate episode, which, oh my goodness, we are here, and we are heading to The Good Place as well. I do worry that there might be something that might be up, because we've got 2 episodes left remaining, though the last episode could be an epilogue of sorts. I'm not sure, maybe this is like the final hurdle, who knows, but I am really excited to see how we do conclude things, because the 4 humans, they've been eligible to go to The Good Place, especially after their efforts in this new system, especially in terms of evaluating people to get into The Good Place, where they have to keep trying and trying again if they don't, get there. Their efforts to save humanity, it's been rewarded, and I am really looking forward to seeing how we do conclude things, because now we're heading to The Good Place, who haven't had, in my personal opinion, a decent reputation, because there have been a bit, you think of the committee and you think of how hopeless they are and how they've been, if anything, helping to jeopardize things, especially when Michael and co, they've been asking help, especially with the dire need for the human race to stop them from being rebooted. So yeah, I really loved the last episode, and I do want to say I loved how rewarding it was, but like I said, I am worried coming into this episode that something might happen. Who knows? But regardless, I am really excited for this and next week's episode, which I'll probably bring some tissues, because I am not ready for it to end. I mean, we are moving to Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I've enjoyed this show for just over a year, and it's been a real blast, and I've really loved every episode that has come from The Good Place. So yeah, so with that said, let's get into episode number 12 of season 4 for The Good Place. Let's go.
Puppy! You're almost there. Just a little further.
A flying giant puppy with a cape.
Why didn't you think of that for your neighborhood? These guys are good.
Is there any relation to Clifford? Oh man.
Planned by The Good Place based on your personalities.
Like the targeted Instagram ad of parties.
Oh no.
I bought the coolest sunglasses from one of those ads.
Whoa.
Oh!
Inside the internet.
Okay, could we just keep moving?
Don't be careful what you wish for with The Good
Did you get sick
Place.
from a hot air balloon? Baby dear? Oh boy, what if that's some sort of demon alarm to alert the cops that I'm here?
You want me to hold your weed?
I don't have weed.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh my
Wait a minute.
god.
Oh, yeah, okay, now I do. Take this.
We're ready for you to move inside. The Good Place committee is waiting for us.
Paisha of Alexandria.
That's right.
Yeah, I know her.
Oh goodness, Chidi's fanboying.
I'm gonna ask her so many questions pertaining to grand ideas about the universe, like why? Oh, and also, how?
Ooh.
Welcome to
And
the Good
what?
Place, everyone.
News.
While the rest of you get settled in, we want to give Michael a swearing-in ceremony so he can become an official Good Place architect.
Oh my goodness.
Michael, please, follow us.
Look where we started. And
Holy fork, that is a soothing chime. Really is the party, because that's the bedpan that Stone Cold Steve Austin used to beat up Vince McMahon in 1998. It was a classic moment. Don't judge
oh
me.
no,
I'm so sorry,
it's
guys.
different
The Good Place
tastes.
uses your life experiences to plan the perfect party, but it's only designed for one person at a time. When you walked in as a group, it became a mishmash of all 4
Yeah,
of us.
That joke and come with me. I'm so nervous to meet her, and I need someone cool there to change the subject.
Oh, I would love to go to
Give me one sec.
Glastonbury 2000.
This room
Bowie.
is filled with some of the most interesting people that ever lived. Chat them up. Learn about their lives. Then, meet back here so that we can make fun
oh
of
my
it.
goodness.
Elena Shellstrop. I have been training for this day my entire life.
This
I'm
makes me so
honored
happy.
By the way, now you are officially in charge of The Good Place.
I'm sorry, in charge?
Yep, you're the boss now. That was all legally binding, and we all quit
What?
effective immediately. That is irreversible.
Wow, that
It's
is-
all your problem now. Don't try to find us. No, take back. Okay,
Did you
bye-bye.
just stealth that under? Wow. Still?
Really well. well, I gotta say, I was expecting you to be still, ancient
Oh
Greek.
my.
Oh, well, no, we sort of stay current in this place. What are the big
Is
things
that
from
Lisa
Earth recently?
Kudrow?
The Industrial Revolution.
Holy
Manhattan Project,
shirts.
Gangnam Style. I feel like,
Yeah, there's a lot of fun debate about this.
you know what? Just call me Patty.
Okay, well.
What? Simple?
Patty!
No arguments
I'm
there?
a huge fan. I had a poster of you on my wall in high school. Well, actually, it was just a poster
my,
of
he's
Trinity from the
fanboying to a
Matrix, but
level.
That's how I imagined you would look because you're so cool.
Oh, is she the reason you got beat up so much?
What's it called? A think book man? A think read
We
book
got
man.
Phoebe Buffet here. I love
Sorry.
this.
I got a cut on my hand. The year was 2491 BC, so that's pretty much all it took. You got a cut, or
not-
you drank
you
water
know.
that wasn't hot enough, and then boom, dead. Out of
Beneficial
pills for a
times, then.
vaccine. Any vaccine. It's crazy that you guys just don't like them now.
So
Oh, how that's relevant in
Did it
2021.
I mean,
Oh.
every second of my existence was amazing, but my brain became this big, dumb blob.
So we finally make it into the good place and now we're just gonna become zombies?
Oh
Why
my
haven't you told anyone
goodness.
about this?
About what?
Dude.
Damn it!
We have to find
I
the
want
others
her to go
right now.
into Phoebe mode. I
There's
just.
math on my shirt.
Come on!
You're done. But you still have infinity left. This place kills fun. and
Yeah,
passion
it's
and
like you get
excitement
everything you ever
and love
wanted,
till
but
all you have left are milkshakes.
The
yeah,
Good Place Committee
it's like having the
obviously knew
perfect
about
Sunday
this. Why
dinner
didn't they
and
try
then
and solve it?
you have an
They
empty
did. They
plate.
tried everything. Just last week, they made the unicorns bigger, and then they gave them more horns, and then they made
It's
them
like creativity
chubbier. I mean,
kind of
really,
runs
they
out.
just
It's that
made a bunch of
unpredictability of life,
weird,
isn't it?
Fluffy.
To fix this.
What if we do what I did to you in the original neighborhood? Erase their memory every once in a while. That way, paradise
so they can
would
re-enjoy
seem fresh and
life
new.
again?
You were doing that to torture us. Actual paradise can't use the same playbook as hell.
Okay, well, rule in the good place is to let them leave.
Leave and go where?
Oh.
This is the last. Oh,
Wait. To.
Can we just do that?
You're the head of the good place now. Seems to me
Is this what I think?
you
Like.
can do whatever you want.
Change. Whatever happens, it's cool, my babies. It's very cool.
It's cool, my babies.
Did you smoke that weed, bud?
I was kind of freaked out, so I smoked some grass. But no, great. Let's change the
It's the good
afterlife.
place. No
And then
consequences apart
Taco
from not enjoying things anymore.
Baby.
Okay. I'm gonna do the
Satisfied and complete, and you want to leave the good place for good, you can just walk through it, and your time in the universe will end.
Yeah, that's.
you don't have to go through it if you don't want to. But
It's only if you're
can.
feeling like
hopefully
you're.
knowing that you don't have to be
you've
here
accepted.
forever will help you feel happier while you are.
To see and do. And when you're ready, walk through one last door and be at peace. Does that sound good?
Sounds paradise. Yeah, there we go. They've got so much joy knowing that they can rest.
That's not what saved you.
Aww.
It was your friendship.
Yeah, no, I got it.
I'm sorry. Still not sharp.
It's just a rebuilding thing.
I finally get to accomplish my goal of living in the stupid Knicks. I know anything you do for eternity gets boring, but I swear I will never get sick of wings.
Aww.
Well, I'll see you all tomorrow.
Place, really, it's just having enough time with the people you love.
You're right.
Yeah, and that's beautiful.
And we have as long as we want. If you keep hogging this blanket, I'm probably gonna walk through that door in like 3 days.
Aww.
I'll miss
It
you.
is. It is really beautiful. I'm already getting emotional. It's not even the final episode. Can we just end things here? Like, yeah. Can we just end things here and yeah. But it's a really beautiful concept though. Like, because I think there is that idea that if you like for the good place, you have eternity to enjoy the things that you like and have paradise essentially. But it will become dreary after a while, because everything is perfect, and there has to be some kind of I don't know, crux. There has to be something that makes sure that once you're content, then things can spiral, or in this case fizzle out. And I think that's the thing with the good place, the actual good place. You can have as much time as you want, and this is infinite, so you can stay as long as you want. But there's going to be a point where people might just be unhappy, and they might just want to be like, I think I'm ready. I think I've accepted everything. I think, because with humanity, I feel like we never have enough time. No matter how old you are, you could live to 100 and it still wouldn't be, enough time. And with this concept, there is the infinite chance for you to capitalize on that time, be with the people that you love. But there has to be a line at some point where you have to think to yourself, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to truly perish. Because there is the old saying on Earth that you die twice. The first time, of course, and then the second time is when people stop mentioning your name. And I think this is the third time, is when you've accepted everything in the good place. You've enjoyed your experiences, and that notion strikes your brain, thinking, I think it's time to rest at last. So yeah, I really do like that concept. I'm not ready for next week though. It's gonna hurt like a motherfucker. I know that, because I think with the setup for next week, with what Eleanor conceptualized, I feel like we're going to be saying goodbye to these characters. They're going to reach their finality, and yeah, everything's going to be fine. So I really like this episode, and I really like the fact that there wasn't really any nefarious twist. If there was any kind of nefarious twist, it was the Good Place Committee deciding to sneak in a little thing, making Michael essentially God, because and it's very interesting because Michael, of course, biblical name, isn't it? I'm just thinking about a certain show as well, so no, but they left him in charge of the Good Place, truly, which, given where we started, is just so interesting to see how this journey has unfolded. Now Michael is in charge of everything. But yeah, that was really the only nefarious thing. And it wasn't because they wanted to be dicks about it. It was because of the fact that there was no solution. They wanted, like, they couldn't. It's sad because they really couldn't care if Michael was a demon, based on the fact that Michael can take on the mess that's happening in the Good Place, which is how people are just done, really, with existing. And it's become such a chore to wake up if you need to sleep, because I doubt you'll be able to sleep. You can never be hungry, you can never do anything in terms of human limitations, but like, you could wake up every morning and just be like, another day. And it's just interesting. I'm thinking of a SpongeBob episode. You remember that time when Squidward was amongst his own, and he was suddenly jubilant about it, and then as time moved on, he suddenly became just so dull. He just became so lifeless. That's literally what's happening in the Good Place, because people have their own paradise. They could spend hundreds, thousands, eternity experiencing everything, but it reaches a point where there is a line, and there is just nothing but emptiness because you've experienced everything, and that idea of finality is gone. So, yeah. It's like playing a game over and over and over again. Suddenly you're going to get bored of it. It's like what I was, told when I always dreamed of having pasta. I would suddenly get bored of it. Like, I loved pasta when I was younger. Like, my mum would always make some luxurious meals regarding pasta. And it was always like a heavenly day whenever that day came. But if you had it every day for the rest of your life, you'd get bored of it. So it's really like that. Like the Squidward comparison, playing your favorite game over and over again. You're gonna want it's a constant loop of heaven, but it's suddenly gonna reach a limit to the point where you just don't have any joy anymore. So, and there is this idea that they are trapped in the good place, and and you could understand why people were lifeless. They lacked energy. It made sense. It makes sense now reflecting on it when that person asked one of the good Janets, "Oh, can I have this? Can I have this? Can I have this?" It's because it's the same old shtick at the end of the day. It's going to be paradise, but that idea of joy, that idea of heaven has fizzled out because they've spent so long being in the good place. They've experienced everything, but there's no finality. So and I think that's it's a really, really good way to end things. There was no nefarious twist or whatever. The good place wasn't Bad Place 2.0 or whatever. It was the good place. It's just that life suddenly becomes like if you have the best day of your life every single day, if you got everything, like if you had the if you were living life, for example, with the cheat book to everything you could ask for, like if you could just fizzle anything from the snap of your fingers and experience heaven, if you had unlimited money, if you had unlimited everything, what would you do with the rest of that money? You would be like, I don't know what to get because I've got everything. And it's just, constantly building and building. And obviously, you might want to give it to charity, help some people out and whatever. But if you were thinking about, yourself, what would you get yourself? There would be nothing. So, and that's it with people. There is nothing inside of them right now because they've experienced everything. They have lived their afterlife, and there's no finality. So, and I really like how Eleanor cracked the situation with the good place, leading to something, I guess, radical. I say that because I'm just thinking back to when she was the one to figure out, the one out the humans to figure out that this was the bad, that the good place was the bad place, and that changed the dynamic of the bad place changed significantly when Eleanor discovered things. Even if it took 800 reboots, she was the spark, and she is with the good place, how we can move forward, and it's by creating some kind of finality, an idea that can revitalize those in the good place, because now they can say, I think I'm ready, when they've experienced everything, when they feel like they're ready to end their existence. Because just thinking back to a quote from the 11th Doctor, that everything's got to end at some point, otherwise nothing would ever get started, and there has to be a start and an end. And you'd think, like I said, you think that the good place is the end, but as I said, in this show you die 3 times. There's the physical death, last time you get mentioned on Earth, and then there's your afterlife. And until this episode, there was only 2 ways, but now we've created a third end. We've created the end. So, I really, really, I really, really, loved how this episode came about. And like I said, it created that finality. And it's gonna be emotional next week. I'm not ready for it. But we've already planted the seeds, and I feel like we're going to get a bit of one final focus on Soul Squad before we say goodbye to them for good. So they experience life. We'll see a flash of their afterlife, and yeah, so. But I really loved it. Like I said, it was really great that there was really no nefarious intent. And the only reason the Good Place Committee, decided to, hand him essentially a contract that would hand the reins of the Good Place to Michael was because they were stuck. They didn't know what to do, and they just couldn't anymore. I mean, yeah, it can be a bit nefarious that they did that, but it wasn't anything like the the cliffhanger to season 1, where they were secretly torturing the people of the Good Place, because they were being tortured with the system. The system was torture for them because it slowly sapped the energy out of them, and there was no answer from the Good Place Committee. They're supposed to have the perfect solution. They had nothing, and they just wanted to call it time because what can we do at this point? So, yeah, there was no nefarious intent, and it was up to Eleanor was able to figure it out, figure out the concept on how do we solve this problem, and it was by creating a final end. So I really, really liked how this episode, we had a peek of the Good Place, and it was all heavenly. But there was a problem, and we were able to rectify that problem by giving the people what they wanted, which was finality. Because no one wants to be immortal on Earth. Like, you get that question, would you want to be immortal? And of course there's a more humane side of things to that question. You get to see your loved ones die. You might be put through pain and whatnot, but it's a similar kind of argument. There has to be some finality. Like, I feel like it would drive you insane if you were to live forever, not like excluding losing your loved ones, excluding everything. Just the idea of living forever would drive you insane, because there has to be some kind of finality, right? So yeah, and here we are. So I really loved Patty in this episode. I was so happy with the fact that Lisa Kudrow was on it. I'm a huge Friends fan. I'm gutted that they didn't even reference, like Michael didn't even be like, oh, it's Phoebe, because this show has referenced Friends quite a few times. So I was kind of expecting some kind of reference about, hey, you look like Phoebe Buffay. Like, Patty might not even know who that is, although they might have friends in The Good Place. I wouldn't blame it, because Friends is a decent show. But it would just be a nice Easter egg, considering that, I mean, we might get it in the next episode. Like, I don't know, because I don't know if Patty is going to be in the next episode. But like I said, I think the focus is going to be on the 4 humans before they decide this is it. It's time. But still, it was really, really great. I really loved the idea that out of all of the friends, Lisa Kudrow was in The Good Place. Because let's be honest, I think Phoebe is a shoo-in for The Good Place, in my opinion. It would be Phoebe, Chandler, and Monica, if anything, in my opinion, in terms of who would go to The Good Place. So yeah, I feel like those 3, like, Phoebe's a definite shoo-in, and I think Chandler and Monica, they might be able to. So they might be able to squeeze in. But it's so great that Lisa Kudrow was in this. So I was so happy. I was like, that's Lisa Kudrow, isn't it? So yeah. I guess it kind of makes perfect sense with Friends that, she would demonstrate the issues regarding The Good Place with, I guess, her not being able to utilize her intellect as much, because there is, I guess, the case that Phoebe may not be the sharpest, not Jason level, but she might not be the sharpest knife in the drawer, but she does have wonderful moments, Phoebe, and I think Patty, and they begin with a P as well, but I think Patty was really, really incredible, and I think Lisa Kudrow was just, yeah, great. So I was so happy with her in. But I really loved how we got into this episode and how we set up the final episode with a dose of finality for the 4 humans. So I am wondering if we're going to see the new, I guess, subjects of the Good Place experiment, like Simone, Brent, probably. I don't think he's going to go there, but I am wondering if we're going to see if we have seen the last of those people or not, but we'll just have to wait and see. But I do expect emotions. I'm going to definitely bring the tissues now, especially with how Eleanor figured out the solution that would make everyone happy in the Good Place. So yeah, but I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my Vegan Pizza channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoy this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!